The Vikings definitely made it as far as Canada, maybe as far as Maine. But could those Vikings have been following the Irish? Ireland, 530 AD, 962 years before Columbus. Elsewhere in the world, the Roman Empire has fallen to Germanic tribes, and Europe is entering the Dark Ages. In Ireland, atop a mountain on the Dingle Peninsula, StBrendan the Navigator had a vision of paradise. Legend says he found it, and that it was America.
Brendan was the quintessential sailor. He was the most accredited navigator, sailor of medieval times.
Born near Tralee in County Kerry, Ireland in 484 AD, Brendan was ordained a priest at age 28. He is said to have spent time sailing the North Atlantic spreading Christianity. He's even said to have beaten the Norse to Greenland, which was populated at the time by Paleo-Eskimo whale hunters. When StBrendan supposedly found America, he was allegedly looking for Terra Repromissionis Sanctorum, or the land promised to the saints.
He anticipated that there was a world outside of this island, and hence ultimately crossed the Atlantic to America.
The tale of StBrendan's voyage is recorded in a text called the Navigatio. It details his journey with a number of other monks to a land rich in fruit, flora, and fauna he'd never seen before. Along the way, he had many unbelievable adventures that make some question the legitimacy of his tale.
Brendan and his monks had landed on the back of a huge fish, possibly a whale, and even attempted to light a fire on his back, which of course woke the animal up if he was asleep.
Most modern scholars consider the Navigatio a literary legend along the lines of Welsh Prince Madoc. But the descriptions of things like sheep, which are found on the Faroe Islands, and volcanoes, which are found on Iceland, have some historians convinced he made it to America via a northern Atlantic route the Norse would later mimic. Overlaid, their voyages appear quite similar.
Under extremely favorable ocean current conditions, it would require as a minimum 180 days, but likely much longer. It would be complicated. It would require a lot of paddling or a lot of skill with sailing.
StBrendan is said to have sailed a skin boat called a curragh, made of cowhide softened by butter and sewn together.
The Irish were building skin boats capable of taking extended voyages. They have a framework, a skeleton. You build a basic frame, and then you stitch and sew skins together to create a watertight covering to keep the sea out.
Whether StBrendan reached America or not, cartographers began including his alleged paradise on maps in the 1200s. Christopher Columbus himself was supposedly very interested in where StBrendan had been. His alleged trip to Ireland to learn the details of Brendan's voyage has been part of the country's oral history for centuries.
Columbus knew of the story of Brendan. He came to Galway and learned what he could about Brendan. It is a recorded fact that the night before Columbus departed for the New World, he said, "I go to find the promised land of StBrendan."